You know that feeling when you're about to sign the papers and the sales guy leans in with, EcoBoost gives you V8 power with fewer fuel stops? Your brain hears free torque. Your wallet hears, finally, a break. And your heart says, but the 5.0 is the one that lasts. Ford has been happy to let those two stories fight in your head for a decade. Today, the fight ends. Ford just exposed the truth by how the platform has evolved, what they've fixed, and what they quietly optimized. EcoBoost versus 5.0. 5 years, real miles, actual invoices. The winner is clear once you run the math the way you actually drive. Let's name the villain so this stays honest. It isn't EcoBoost or Coyote. The villain is duty cycle, the world you drive in, not the brochure lab. Short trips, cold starts, humidity, headwinds, 33-inch tires, weekend towing, summer heat. Engines don't live on dynos. They live in that chaos. And the powertrain that handles that chaos with the fewest conditions wins the next 5 years. Here's the promise you were sold. EcoBoost's small displacement at cruise saves fuel, and twin turbos give V8 shove when you need it. True, on paper and in calm weather. The 5.0 Coyote's promise. Simple, linear, minimal boost plumbing, happy at high temps, loves miles, sounds like a truck should. Also true. But truth without context is marketing. So we're going to stack the context you live in. Daily commuting, occasional towing, heat, headwind, and the one thing nobody prints on a window sticker, your habits. Assumptions so you can swap your own numbers. 15,000 miles per year, 60% city and suburban, 40% highway, fuel at $3.75 per gallon, 8 towing weekends averaging 2,000 tow miles total per year. Stock tires and gearing. You can adjust, just keep the method. EPA combined says the EcoBoost edges the 5.0 by a few miles per gallon. In a gentle world, sure, but your world is made of micro-boost events. Every merge, hill, pass, roof rack, and headwind asks the turbos to work just a little. Those swipes add up. The Coyote doesn't have that credit card. It pays cash. Predictable, sometimes more, but honest. Scenario A, calm commuting, no towing, you actually drive like a saint. EcoBoost, 21 to 22 miles per gallon. Coyote, 17 to 18 miles per gallon. Yearly fuel, EcoBoost 15,000 divided by 21.5 is approximately 698 gallons, $2,618. Coyote 15,000 divided by 17.5 is approximately 857 gallons, $3,214. EcoBoost wins by roughly $596 per year. If that was your entire life, the choice is easy. Scenario B, the real mixed world. Micro boosts, small hills, occasional payload. EcoBoost, 18 to 19 miles per gallon. Coyote, 16 to 17 miles per gallon. EcoBoost 15,000 divided by 18.5 is approximately 811 gallons, $3,041. Coyote 15,000 divided by 16.5 is approximately 909 gallons, $3,409. EcoBoost still ahead, but the gap shrinks to approximately $368 per year. Scenario C, towing weekends, 2,000 miles a year, 5,500 to 7,000 pounds at 65 miles per hour. EcoBoost, 9 to 11 miles per gallon depending on wind and grade, call it 10 miles per gallon. Coyote, 8 to 10 miles per gallon, call it 9 miles per gallon. Tow fuel, EcoBoost 200 gallons, $750. Coyote 222 gallons, $833. Advantage $83 to EcoBoost, but push into heat, elevation, or headwind, and EcoBoost's thermal strategy enriches to save parts. The advantage evaporates. At 8 to 9 miles per gallon for both, towing is a wash. So purely on fuel with realistic mixed use, the EcoBoost saves $350 to $450 a year. Call it $2,000 over 5 years if you drive with restraint. That's real money. But the 5-year winner isn't fuel alone. It's fuel plus maintenance plus reliability odds plus resale confidence. Mechanics time. Why does the gap shrink under load? EcoBoost's efficiency island is narrow. Keep it there and the engine sips. Ask for sustained boost, long grade, big headwind, big tires, and the strategy protects hardware with richer mixtures and timing moves. MPG falls to V8 territory. The 5.0's efficiency island is broader under load because displacement is doing more of the work. Airflow and heat are easier to manage without turbine inlet temperatures dictating the party. You trade a couple miles per gallon at cruise for predictability when life gets heavy. Reliability patterns. This is where invoices enter the chat. EcoBoost's early failures clustered around timing chain/phaser noise, charge air cooler condensation hiccups, and hot side actuator/connectors aging in heat. Ford has fixed or mitigated a lot. Calmer phaser logic and hardware, revised CAC ducting and drains, better relight strategy, smarter shutter/trans logic. If you hold 5K oil intervals, respect warm-up on humid mornings, keep the intake tract sealed, and clean the cooling stack, the platform behaves. But that is a conditional promise. The system expects habits. Coyote's pattern is boring by design. Plugs and coils like clockwork, oil and filter, occasional PCV/intake gaskets. Less plumbing, fewer thermal circus acts. It's not bulletproof, no engine is. But the failure tree is simpler, and the odds of a surprise four-figure repair are lower for average owners who treat maintenance as an afterthought. Let's price the odds conservatively over 5 years. EcoBoost owner with average discipline, 5,000 oil, warm-up, clean stack. Extra maintenance beyond both trucks' shared basics. Maybe a CAC/ducting update if not already done. One actuator/solenoid or coil. A handful of clamps/hoses over time. $400 to $900. EcoBoost owner who runs 10K oil, hammers from cold, never checks clamps. Timing phaser job. If rattle matures, $2,800 to $4,200. Moisture misfire days, $250 to $600 in plugs, twired coils. Hot side line connector, $250 to $700. You won't hit them all, but one bad year erases fuel savings. Coyote owner with average discipline. Plugs on schedule, coils if when they get tired, fluids by book. Odds of a random four-figure surprise are lower. Extra spend versus EcoBoost's disciplined case is near zero. Versus EcoBoost's sloppy case, it's a bargain. Resale psychology matters too. Buyers trust a stack of 5 years of simple oil plugs barrage fluids on a 5.0. EcoBoost can command strong resale if you show the folder, 5K oil, updated calibration, CAC work if applicable, clean stack, no codes. If you don't have that folder, the market price is in fear. That hits you for hundreds to a couple grand at trade-in. It's not fair, it's human. Now add it up like an owner, not a fan. 5 years, mixed duty. EcoBoost, disciplined owner, fuel savings approximately $2,000, extra maintenance $600, net plus $1,400 over Coyote. EcoBoost, sloppy owner. One major timing phaser job erases 5 years of fuel savings with interest. Coyote, average owner, fuel penalty approximately $2,000 versus disciplined EcoBoost, but fewer conditional behaviors, simpler maintenance, stronger default resale story. So who wins? The 5.0 Coyote wins the 5-year war for most owners because it delivers similar total cost with fewer conditions, fewer behavior traps, and a resale story that's easier to prove. The EcoBoost wins only if you drive like a system. 5K oil, warm-up discipline, towing IQ, clean cooling stack, airtight intake, and you don't live in headwind country with big tires. If that's you, enjoy the torque and the savings. You earned them. If that's not you, the pennies you save at the pump become dollars you spend on conditions you can't be bothered to manage. Before you rage type, let's be crystal. EcoBoost isn't bad, it's conditional. Coyote isn't ancient, it's forgiving. Ford's own updates expose their intent. They trimmed EcoBoost's pain points, smoothed the calibration, and doubled down on Coyote longevity tweaks because they know how customers actually live. The company strategy says it without saying it. Give buyers 2 tools and let duty cycle pick the winner. Here's the ownership playbook so you can make the choice with eyes open. Pick EcoBoost if you commute mostly light load, value quiet torque, and you're willing to treat oil like strategy, heat like an adversary, and air leaks like emergencies. You keep a maintenance folder and will actually use tow, haul, and gear to avoid lugging under load. Pick 5.0 Coyote if you tow often, live in heat or elevation, run larger tires, or don't want to learn any new rules. You plan to keep the truck 7 to 10 years and want predictable maintenance you or any shop can do. Already own EcoBoost? Make it win with 4 habits. 5K oil, no full throttle from cold humid, clean the cooling stack quarterly, and tighten the intake path every 90 days. Already own 5.0? Keep oil and plugs on time and don't lug it up hills for brochure MPG. Hold a gear where it breathes. Let's end with the question you asked me to answer. If you handed me keys and said, "I keep trucks 5 years, I tow a bit, I'm busy, and I don't want to think about it," which would I pick? The 5.0. Not because EcoBoost can't be great, but because 5-year ownership is a risk-adjusted equation, and the Coyote wins on predictability. If you said, "I'm meticulous, mostly highway, love quiet shove, and I'll keep records," I'd hand you an EcoBoost with a checklist and tell you to enjoy the savings. Ford exposed the truth by where they invested. Fix the complexity, keep the V8 simple, and let the customer decide by use case. Now you've seen the fuel math, the repair odds, and the resale logic in one place. The 5-year winner isn't a spec number. It's the engine that asks the least from you to deliver the most for your life. For most owners, that's the 5.0. For disciplined owners in calm duty, EcoBoost can absolutely win. Either way, you're done buying posters. You're buying results.